for the women that are showing up to this space, whether you are working through something, whether it's a challenging season, whether it's a beautiful season of your life and everything feels good and abundant and beautiful, it's a space where you can come in and be held in the beautiful abundance wherever you are, or be held through that challenging time, or just simply show up and take an exhale. Just breathe, just allow yourself to take a little time for yourself to receive wherever you are, whatever you're going through.
Welcome to Limitless, the podcast for cycle breakers, change makers, and conscious leaders who are done performing, proving, and pleasing, and are ready to live, lead, and create from deep alignment. I'm your host, Fiona Walsh. Every 2 weeks, I hold space for real soul-expanding conversations with guests who are still in it. They're navigating their biggest fears, shedding old identities, letting go of patterns that no longer serve them, and rising into their limitless potential. Together, we share what it's really like to be human, messy, raw, imperfect, and learning to own every part of ourselves, even the ones we've tried to keep neatly tucked away. We go deep into the work of coming home to yourself, getting out of your head, feeling safe in your body, letting go of old stories, and creating a life that's true to who you really are. Subscribing to Limitless is the best way to make sure you never miss an episode. So hit pause and tap follow or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Because this isn't about doing more. It's actually about remembering who you are. And that's what makes you limitless. Welcome to Limitless. This week is a special release edition. It's going to be a short form episode for you. And I'm so excited to welcome my guest. She's back from season 1. You might remember McKenzie, trauma-informed breathwork facilitator and an integrative health coach. And we are so excited because behind the scenes for the last few months, we have been collaborating on something very exciting. Some of you might have had a sneak peek at it on our socials, but we are bringing to the world a new offering. It's called Regulate and Rise, and it is a body-based experience. You can join us to experience firsthand the magic that exists when we give our brains and minds a little break and drop into our bodies and open our hearts and get to let our bodies guide us in what we need. So I want to welcome McKenzie today. Thank you for coming back.
Oh my gosh, such a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, we're so excited. We are going to walk through a little bit about our stories and how we both made our way from what we were doing to where we are now, and why we are obsessed with body-based work and heart opening, all the things that if you come, you will get to experience yourself. And then we're going to share as well at the end some details on what's coming with the sanctuary and what you can expect from this very exciting first offering, which is going to be in August this year. And the doors are officially open. So please go and check the show notes where the link to our story is, where you can book your spot for this first experience. But let's kick it off. McKenzie, can you share with me a little bit about your journey of where you've come from and how you found breath work and why it's such a passion for you and all the clients that you serve?
Yeah. So my journey into more body-based healing, it really started through the lens of health and getting my physical body healthier. And then I think for most people, I think for a lot of people, that they go on a health journey to feel better. And that health journey all of a sudden becomes spiritual. It becomes that personal development journey. And that was my segue into this. And I had done a lot of the external things. I had, had some really intense health challenges that I had to move through. And I was doing all of the things, doing all of the external things. And what really made me understand the power of this work was actually my very first breathwork session. And up until that point, I had read all the books, listened to the podcast, I'd done talk therapy, I had done plant medicine ceremonies. I was the healthiest person I knew on paper, yet still, I felt like I was still struggling. The work truly felt like work. Mindset work felt challenging. The talk therapy felt like it was just this never-ending cycle. And so my very first breathwork journey, I didn't really know exactly what I was getting into. And, the breath pattern took me to this place where my mind was totally offline and things were happening in my body that I really had no control over. I felt totally safe and totally held, but I realized like, oh my gosh, my conscious mind isn't doing this. And looking back, I didn't know at the time because I was brand new to that, but my body was releasing and transmuting energy and I didn't have to do anything except breathe. I was allowing my body to lead. And I remember after that session, I kind of had oh my gosh, what just happened? And also this deep realization that something is here for me. I needed this. Like this is a key, a tool that I've been searching for. And so from there, I started my own breathwork practice. It was every single day while I was doing all of the talk therapy and all of these things. And all of a sudden, everything began to shift. I remember one day my husband looked at me and he was just like, you're a different person. The way you show up in moments, the way that you respond to things, the way you carry yourself, like you are truly a different person. And it was because I had added in that somatic piece, I had finally allowed my body to take the lead and allowed my body to release these energies and these things that were holding me down and making all of the other things feel like such heavy lifts.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so interesting because so many of the people that I coach, and this was my story as well, was we've spent the majority of our lives in our head and in our intellect. Like we're trying to think through everything. We are sense-making machines. We know that as humans, but when we're leading with our mind all the time, and that is our default, you get to a point where your mind has its limits. And I had very much the same experience as you, and my clients have it too. And that is why you guys know listening to Limitless, I trained in neuroscience mindset-based coaching. That was my foundation. And then on my own journey where I had a profound breathwork experience, which anyone who's listened to episode 1 or go back and listen, I talk about it in depth. What happened to me in Tulum literally changed the course of my life, the trajectory of my life, got me to here, to Limitless, to all the things. But going into my body and trusting my body has been the biggest unlock in my life to date. And it felt so uncomfortable for me to turn my mind off and give it a break. I felt so blocked because I couldn't make sense of why I was continually having emotional burnout and why I was triggered by my kids and my partner and why I was activated all the time and why I was exhausted around the clock because I had been holding too much for too long. And I know I talked about this in episode 1 as well. I tried all the productivity hacks. I tried all the scheduling. I did all the brain-based stuff and I still kept looping back to emotional burnout, too much pressure, too much stress. And every health practitioner was like, you've got to find a way to calm down because your body, I was stuck in survival mode. And it hasn't been the one thing that has been so And I use the word magic, and my clients use the word magic because, and when you come to this session, you will feel the magic too. When we allow our body to lead, big blocks release way faster than 6 months of talk-based therapy won't get you. And I think as well, one of the things I've learned, as much as you and I both have now trained, like I've trained in somatic experiencing, you've trained in breathwork, we are going to be bringing both of those modalities to this session, which is very unique. It hasn't been done before, but you're going to get to experience both of them. We're being very deliberate and in a trauma-informed way so that whatever comes up, you're very safe, you will be held. It's a very trusting space. But one thing that, as much as we do it, we love to do this work on ourselves, and we do every day, both of us. We also, even as practitioners, know the value of being guided by others. And so I know that's your experience as well, McKenzie. Can you talk a little bit about being held and why this is important, particularly in this stage of the world and where we're at? Because there's a lot of unrest, there's a lot of uncertainty at the moment. Why is it important to create space to be held?
Totally. And, I love what you said so much there of, just speaking to really getting out of our minds and allowing our bodies to heal. Like when you really think about that, our bodies are far more intelligent than our minds are. Like we are never going to have to tell our heart to beat, our lungs to breathe, we don't have to look down at our feet and say, I need you to start working now. Like our body just does that. And yet our human brains thinks, it's all done up here. And it's just, there is, like you said, there is so much magic that happens when you just allow the body to lead. So I just love that. But yeah, just to answer your question on the power of being held, like you said, like we do this work regularly. Like I breathe every single morning. I have a breathwork practice every single morning. And yet I will still outsource other practitioners to hold me in breathwork journeys because there is a level of transformation that I can't access when I am trying to be in the driver's seat and the passenger seat. There is when I can allow myself to fully exhale into someone else's container, the level of transformation I can access is far more powerful than what I can do alone. And, it's like you do those certain things to keep you, like breathing every day is just what keeps me feeling good moving through my day. But I know that there's a point when I hit that point, when I have that bottleneck or I hit that wall or I really feel depleted, I know that that is my body's signal of like, I need to outsource support. And I also think as women, we are hardwired for community. We are hardwired to be held, to witness each other, to hold each other. Like we, as women, we don't heal alone. Like we truly heal together. And that is really the power of putting yourself in those spaces because the healing magnifies. It goes to depths you can't go on your own.
Yeah. And I truly experienced that when I went to Costa Rica last year. And it was a group of about 15 women. And I'll never forget that my mentor, who I've studied the certification under this year, led a session and did one-on-one somatic-based coaching and experiencing with one individual. And it was around an experience she had as a child around self-worth. Now, self-worth and lack of self-worth is one of the deepest wounds and one that the majority of people actually carry in different shapes and sizes. And I remember I was a bit triggered when she got picked to do the one-on-one because I was like, oh, I really want to be like called up. Anyway, that was my own issue. But when this lady got called up and got coached in front of all of us, it was so fascinating because very quickly, because we were in this shared collective energy and space, because I was witnessing her, my own self-worth got I got to work through it and process it at the same time because of the shared energy. And there was other people as well were picking up in that moment on what was going on. And this happens at a subconscious level. So your brain is not actually doing anything. You might just start having a new feeling come in you, or you might feel like you need to cry. Like different things will come up because your body is just expressing what is ready to come up. And I think that is a beautiful thing about one of the reasons why we've designed this sanctuary to be a group experience, because you will be in your own cocoon and your own sanctuary in your own home where you can feel safe and do your own healing or be with whatever comes up, be it joy or elation, or maybe it's going to be tears. You don't actually know. Your body will present what's ready. But know that you're also in this beautiful, larger container that is all these people who have come together for this experience, to come in this portal with us to really heal and reopen their heart. Because as we all know, the world at the moment there's a lot going down. There's a lot of heaviness in the world. There's a lot that's completely out of our control, which feels so dysregulating for everybody. And when stuff like this happens, one of our primal responses is to shut our heart, to protect ourselves, to armor up. And that is one of the reasons why we're calling this the journey to the heart. Because how important is the heart, McKenzie?
Oh my gosh. So important. It's so important. And you know what I love? One thing that really kind of came to my mind when you were sharing your experience is that there was a moment when that other woman was called up for the one-on-one coaching that you felt a little bit triggered. And to me, I'm like, oh, that's a little bit of worthiness. Like maybe if it was your little girl, like why didn't I get called forward? Yet there was a moment where you were triggered, and then you had the most perfect experience for you. And it's so that's the magic in the work, is like you show up to these spaces, you put yourself in these rooms, you allow yourself to be held. And maybe your brain thinks, oh, I need to be called up to have the experience, to work on my worthiness. Yet you were in that collective energy and had the most perfect experience for you.
Yeah. Yeah, so true.
Just so powerful.
Yeah, it was so powerful. And one of the things that we want to offer this invitation to you out there who are interested in joining us is that we know that where everyone's at the moment, people are holding way too much. Most people we work with, most people we interact with in our family, friendships all over the world are holding way too much. We are holding young families. We're holding careers later in life that are kicking off while we're raising young families. Where also a lot of people are managing aging parents, which is another, like we are a generation at the moment that is holding way more. And it's actually harder because there's less support than there ever has been before. The village that, our parents grew up with when they had little kids really doesn't exist for a lot of us. And that can be a choice, like myself. Like I choose to live in another part of the world than where our family network is. But it's also some people don't have a choice because their family don't want to play that role in their lives. So we are opening our hearts, our minds to all of you to come and be held.
Yeah.
Because you've been holding too much. And most of you are holding your own business, or you're holding a corporate role, which means you're holding the leaders above you, you're holding the team below you, you are holding in every aspect of your life. And this 90 minutes is going to be an opportunity for you to not hold and actually receive.
Yes.
I've got goosebumps.
Me too. And and I think, for the women that are showing up to this space, whether you are working through something, whether it's a challenging season, whether it's a beautiful season of your life and everything feels good and abundant and beautiful, it's a space where you can come in and be held in the beautiful abundance wherever you are, or be held through that challenging time, or just simply show up and take an exhale. just breathe, just allow yourself to take a little time for yourself to receive. Yeah. Wherever you are, whatever you're going through.
Yeah, 100%. And for the guys who are listening, this is also an open invitation to you. 50% of my coaching business is men. And we go deep into their bodies, out of their mind, every single session. And this work is beautiful for men as well. It's very healing and very grounding. So we want to invite you. The sessions are happening on, if you are in North America, the session's happening on Saturday, August 23. If you're in Australia or New Zealand in the Southern Hemisphere, because I know a lot of you listening are, it's going to be on Sunday morning of August 24. It's going to be a 90-minute experience where you can come in. As we said, we are going to hold you. We're going to hold the space. We are going to reconnect and guide you into your body and into your most important part of your body, which is your heart. And it's also, if you're listening and you're like, oh my God, I have never done breath work. I don't what is somatic experiencing? Everyone is welcome. And the way we've designed this experience is that we will meet you wherever you are. So if you've done breath work for 15 years and you're mastery level, you know exactly where this is going to take you. If it's your first time and you're like, oh, I'm a bit curious, or even if you're a bit a bit scared, please come. We will meet you and welcome you with open arms wherever you are in that moment of that day. This is going to be an invitation for us to guide you back into your body. As I said, it is going to be trauma informed. So if you have any concerns about what's happened in the past or what might come up, we are both trained in trauma informed modalities. So everything can be held in this space. And just come and experience the magic when you let your body lead and remember what it feels like to feel safe and to feel. Because so many of us are blocking our emotions throughout the day to survive. Come, share this space, and please come and feel and reconnect with your hearts. The link to sign up is going to be in the show notes. So please, and we will also be sharing it on social media in the lead up to August 23, 24, that weekend. McKenzie, do you have anything final to say before we wrap it up?
Just to any listeners, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to either of us in DMs. We can drop my Instagram in the show notes as well. And so if you have any curiosities that aren't answered on the stand page, please reach out, let us know.
Absolutely. And so please, thank you for listening today. We'd love to see you at this first experience. It will be the first of many. We are planning this to be a regular installment where you can come and be held, and we will journey to different parts of our bodies, our hearts, our souls, all the things. We are so excited. The doors are open, so please go check out the sales page in our show notes, and we can't wait to see you all on the weekend of August 23, 24. Thank you for tuning in to Limitless. If you enjoyed today's episode and love hearing the stories of courageous cycle breakers, I'd be grateful if you could leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Your feedback not only helps others discover the show, but it also amplifies our mission to unlock emotional freedom and true potential. Every review makes a difference in helping more people embrace their limitless life.